Also, if any creators want to make a video on my questionable decision to buy a Pikachu SIR in pre-release for $400, go ahead, dude. I'm open to see how many people call me an idiot.
Hey, I'll take you up on that Dama. It's not going to be as bad as you think. I'll get to that here in a sec. Hey, what's going on, Ratio and Price Virgin Gang? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good today on something I just feel like plugging and showing off is going to be Wabam. This Van Gogh Pikachu, still in the plastic. Virginia didn't feel like opening it up just yet. But look at that. It's got a paintbrush, accomplished artist. The Pokemon Center restocked this. I grabbed one with the quickness. Made sure to tell as many people as I could. No reason to fucking repay. No reason to pay the resellers, especially when this stuff was going to be plentiful and the Pokemon Center inevitably was going to drop this stuff again. Glad I grabbed one. Hope people did too. Hope people grabbed some stuff from the Van Gogh drop. And hey, patience is virtue. Patience is key around here, especially when it comes to prices and people getting cards they want. Let's talk about prices, for example. That's going to lead into what Dom was talking about here in a second. Prices. Prices here used to mean a lot more than they actually do now. Prices used to be an overall metric of a card, whether it be playability, viability, the utility of it in the TCG, the art, and of course popularity did have a hand in playing in that too. But now overall, I would say the biggest thing that contributes to a card just completely overall is popularity, and popularity can completely dominate what a card does, and it makes it really easy for people to do things to the card that it may not have done before. Back in the day, we weren't so prone to people actively pumping up a card and manipulating a price or to do something, but it's really not uncommon here now in the Pokemon community, especially with people posting stuff up about how cards have exploded in like 100, 200, 300% overnight, and people think that's like super cool because it's English cards now, but people had zero issue talking about it whenever it was Japanese cards. And it's the same cope that everyone always says, I don't really care. You're welcome to that cope. You're welcome to your opinion. But people always say that more people collect English cards than Japanese. Yeah, well, it didn't stop people from hopping on Japanese cards whenever they were $900, $1,000. Didn't stop anybody. Nobody was saying that shit. They are only trying to defend their English cards now because most people here have them, and they have a stake in keeping the value of their cards high. That's the big thing with that. No one wants to say it, but of course, I'm going to say it for them. There you go. Prices for cards nowadays, I've noticed, are very easy for people to twist, and it can happen just extremely fast. This community is extremely susceptible to FOMO. It's like nothing I've ever fucking seen before. It's like a locust that just devours every crop of person here and just instead replaces it with FOMO. People are so afraid of not getting a card that maybe they didn't like before. The second a price for it goes up, the interest for it just goes to the roof, especially for cards that people had no interest in. For example, the Pikachu from Surging Sparks. Look, I know it's a Pikachu card. I 100% get that. I think it's an alright card, but you gotta remember, this is a terrestrial crystal hat one. Don't these suck? Don't people not like these? Aren't these just ass? Don't people think these suck? The Pokemon community doesn't want them, and Pokemon companies not listening to the fans. Get rid of that stuff. Well, now there's one that's going for like $400 or $500. Mind you, these are pre-release prices. This will go down when the set actually comes out. People have kind of just thrown that to the side. Their opinions have been 100% bought on this card, and nobody really has an opinion on a card. Nobody really likes a card, or they like the things that they like about a card until someone tells them that they like that about a card. There's very few instances of genuine like here for cards, and the value 100% dictates how people feel about that shit. No question. Say what you will. I don't care. That's perfectly fine. You're welcome to your opinion, but value and money just dominate every facet of this hobby right this second. It just dominates it completely, and nothing else really for the hobby matters at all, except the minority of people that play the TCG and the minority of people who actually collect and don't really care so much about value outside of them being able to pick up the cards that they want. Now, what's Dama talking about here? Dama basically bought one of these $400 Pikachus. He plans on sending it into grade, and he wants to get that 10 so he could flip it for the $1,900 for it being one of the first PSA 10s on the market here. He talks about it right here.
Also, if any creators want to make a video on my questionable decision to buy a Pikachu SIR in pre-release for $400, go ahead, dude. I'm open to see how many people call me an idiot. If we're being honest, it's not really questionable. Like, it's fact that if you buy a chase card on pre-release, grade it, get it back in like 5 days, and put it on market, it's almost triple in price in 10. I'm just taking the gamble on if it gets a 10, and that's honestly like, okay, I'll take that gamble. If it gets a 9, I'll just resell it and get my money back. It's like it's not really that bad if we're being honest. It's not that bad. Plus the amount of content I can get out of it, it actually like is worth its weight in content. It's kind of funny how like content is worth money and time, so like it's less time to make the content surrounding it, and it's worth its weight. So it's like the content wise, it's awesome. And then on top of that, it's like use like the OBF, the Obsidian Flame Zard as an example of like an SIR. 10 that's worth like nothing now. But look what it sold for on 10 in pre-release. Look at like the Paldean Fates. Look at the Bubble Mew. Look at the Terrapagos. Look at the Greninja. I mean, like, so many examples of 10s when they first hit market selling for ridiculous prices. So, like, you're telling me probably one of the chases of the entire era isn't going to sell for over 1K or around that? But we all have opinions in the hobby, and I'm down to hear everyone else's. So, like, whatever, man. Hey, I'm down to be the class clown today. I'm so cool with that.
He lays it out very plain and simply right there. He wants the card to be flipped for more money than it actually is. He bought it taking a risk, hoping that it's a 10, hoping that he actually gets that. If it's $400, he's just going to make his money back because someone's going to buy that 9. There's no question. People have thrown aside their convictions about the Crystal Hat Pokemon, and they will now just take whatever because it's a popular card. And Dama's banking on that. He's trying to sell this to somebody who wants to buy into the hype because he knows damn good and well the second the set releases, the price is going to drop. Of course, after a little bit and people get their hands in their grubby little mitts and they're influencing and manipulating hands on a card, it's going to go right back up. But Dama's not here lying about what he's trying to do, and that's something I want to actually emphasize a little bit more. I like Dama for one simple reason. He's not afraid to just fucking say what he wants from this place. He's not afraid to just be like, yeah, I like the money aspect of certain things. Dama's a fantastic collector. He has great taste in art. He has great taste in cards. And he also doesn't fucking mind just being like, yeah, I like value here. I like fucking money. No big deal. What about it? And a lot of people are the exact same way, but they hide behind like other things with it. There's a very few people that will just genuinely admit that all they care about in this place is money. And it's true for some people. Dama likes Pokemon cards a hell of a lot more than most people here do. I'll just say that. I like Pokemon cards a hell of a lot more than most people here do. I'm just going to say that for real. And you're welcome to just fucking be like, that's hateful, that's bigoted, you're gatekeeping. But it's true though, because money just dominates every facet of this place. But I like that some people are just willing to fucking admit when it's about money and not bullshit this shit. Here, we got another good example of what I'm talking about where like people just want to lie about this shit, man. We got Z&G Emporium right here. Now the Umbreon, no surprise there. It's fucking climbed back up, yada da. If you look right there though, that Rayquaza VMAX selling for $1,025, confirmed paid on our eBay consignment auction that ended today. Alt Art Strike Back. So the Rayquaza, if you just look at this, you'd be like, oh, the Rayquaza's taken off. It's a beautiful card. Of course people like this. Of course people do that stuff. Well, what's crazy, if you go look at the comments, there's people that straight up go like, bro, this was straight up a manipulated thing. Well, how do they know it's a manipulated price? How do they know someone's trying to do this shit? Because no person in their right mind would pay $1,000 for this shit when $675, you can get yourself the exact same PSA 10 for the exact same card. Like, it's fucking nuts. Like, 700, 750, 675, 680, all fucking day you can find this stuff for. But now that this has been out, now that people see 1,000, people are going to try to press their luck. People are going to try to actually raise this card's price up in order to follow the trend with that shit. And people are happy about this. People that own this card 100% are do that. And they'll flip it for the right price. Because honestly, who gives a shit about the card, right? Who cares about that when I can just flip it for the fucking money right here? But there's a lot of people in the community. It was actually very surprising. People that were like, yeah, dog, this is not that price. This is not what this card goes for. It's like this price. It's $650, $675, $700. You can pick up this card. This 1,025 is just blatantly manipulated. There is a lot of people here that are catching on to the game. And we're getting more and more people that are raising their eyebrows at these really crazy prices, wondering that shit. It happened with Japanese. It's going to happen with English at some point too, where the bubble's just going to pop. Pokemon can just print as much of this shit as they want. They can print as much product and as much stuff. And they see a large group of people enjoying this stuff, and there's a large audience of people that like specific cards, specific chases. We're in Scarlet and Violet, baby. Every single one of these sets can be reprinted. Every single one of them. All the way up to base set. Keep that in mind when you're purchasing this stuff. I just like that Dama's just not fucking afraid. Just be like, yeah, I'm doing this for the fucking money. If you're going to degen, just be 100% degen about it. I make my content. I'm 100% a degen too. I'm not here trying to fucking cater to people who don't like me. I don't care. I'm going to make the content I want to make. You don't like me? You think I'm pretentious? You think I'm a fucking weird guy? You think I'm always mad about shit all the time? I don't give a fuck. Leave your comments, bro. You're not changing my content. You're not changing my mind, because my opinion here is not for sale. Unlike like most of y'all's. Most of y'all's opinions are for sale, and you're going to watch a lot of people have a fucking change of heart over this crystal hat bullshit. I know I said it was going to be alright for the Terrestrial Festival, you know, Eevee Heroes 2.0 and all that bullshit. I know I said that, and I meant it, because it is going to be. But that has zero to do with the community and zero to do with people here, because if they had the chance to fucking crack that shit up, they 100% would. Japan is the one that's prepared, the Pokemon Company's prepared, and they're doing things to make sure that this product gets out. It seems like they have plenty of product, they ramped up the production for it, they know what people are going to do with that shit, and ultimately English is going to be what does this anyway. English right this second is going to be big, but remember, the Japanese market literally did exactly what this is doing right here a year and some change ago. Your market, your English market that a lot of you guys are benefiting from currently, is not fucking safe. It's not impenetrable, and it's not invulnerable to the same bubble bullshit that happened over there. Keep that in mind when you're making investment things. You want to collect for money, you want to do all your shit, go for it, big dog, do your thing. Just be aware, and don't be fucking shocked when a lot of these cards drop in value because there's like a reprint or the genuine interest wasn't real. There's going to be a lot of that stuff. I'm just warning you guys now. Do what you want. That's all I got. Appreciate it, Virgin Gang. See you later. Fucking prices, man. Just say you like money. Just say you guys like money. That's really all you need to do. You don't need to pretend. You don't need to be like this fake ass person. Just say you like money.